What is going on, everybody? 4x4 Camping and Adventures. Another episode coming at you. It's actually probably the last episode on the channel before I go to Esperance. So what I wanted to do is go for a bit of a servicing style video, mainly because I want to get this ready for the trip to Esperance. As you would know if you've seen the channel, that I'm moving to Esperance with the family at the end of this month, so obviously in November at the moment. And at the moment I'm just in the house, so you might see some cars going past, so just sort of ignore those. But I'm taking the intercooler off, so what I'm going to do is, before I put the catch can on, obviously the oil will be going through the whole system, and you know, it clogs up intercoolers, so the cores of the intercooler get full of oil, and then from there the air trying to go through the intercooler might not obviously cool down the air that's obviously coming from the turbo. So essentially it becomes a big heat sink, and then once it becomes a heat sink, it's not doing its job properly. So I'm going to pretty much take you through the start and finish of how to clean out your intercooler. So let's get into it. So first things first, you've got to remove the grill. In this particular case, by the book, you have to remove the front bar, but we're not into that. So removing the front bar means I've got to take the wheel arch and the flares and that kind of thing off. So I'm not really into that. So what I'm going to do is, there's another way of doing it, which I read online, which essentially is you move the grill, move the headlight, then you can get access to the intercooler, pull it straight up, and then it's a little bit more tricky, but it saves you pulling the whole front bar off because of this. Yeah, not really into doing that right now. So let's get into it. So first things first, remove that. Remove your headlight. Now these are a little bit tricky to get out, but once you get the right angle, just come straight out. Now, you're probably wondering how the grill comes off. In this particular case with the MN Triton, I'll show you in the video, but essentially there's some little clip points which you just pull up, and there's two clip points, so your little plastic clips, they pull up as well. Once you've done that, there's two sort of, let's see if I can find it in here, two sort of silver clips that it clips into, so you use those, leverage them up, and the grill comes off. Headlight, another issue completely. So with the headlight, there's it's a little bit tricky. So in the wheel arch in here, there's a bolt, so it's a 10mm bolt. You've got to take that out, but to do that, you've got to take the whole plastic inner guard off, which is a bit of a pain in the ass. And there's two bolts on the top. Once you remove those two bolts on the top, and then essentially I've got full access to all my piping for the intercooler, and I can pull the intercooler straight up, so so it makes it a lot easier. So it just saves me a lot of time of fluffing around pulling this whole bar off. So we'll get into it. So this is essentially what you're looking at from a top-down view. So you've got a obviously hose coming in here, obviously, which is going into the intake, obviously the car, in this particular case obviously of the Triton. Obviously it's just got a normal clamp on there. On this side you actually have a gasket, so it's a metal gasket, so you can reuse that obviously as long as you're not a barbarian when you're taking it off. So obviously remove that as well. It's got some simple little bolts in there which obviously remove out. It's actually got a little bit of oil around there as well, so it's certainly going to gives me a bit of an idea of there's obviously going to be a fair bit of oil in this intercooler. So there's a couple of support bolts, obviously remove the one there. There's also a support bolt, where is it? Down here. A little bit hard to see, but it's just further down here, so you'll see it obviously when you're getting into it. And there's another support bolt just down here. So once you remove those three, what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the hoses first, and then remove the support bolt, so I've got a little bit more access to move it around, because this hose here is flexible, so you can move that around, but this hose here is obviously it's actually plastic, so it's not going to move around at all. So that means once I take these bolts off, I can move the intercooler across and then pull it up. Alright, as you can see, move the hose, and as you see inside, that's the lovely oil that we're talking about. So this car has had a catch can on for probably 2,000 k's now, and this is still the leftover oil that's getting stuck in that intercooler. So I'm hoping most of it's just sitting in the actual tank, so when it washes out, obviously it's nice and easy. But obviously these hoses are going to have not too much. There's a little bit of residue in there, but obviously it's been a fair bit of obviously air's been flowing through there since I've put the actual catch can on. So so I'm hoping most of it's been blown through the engine, then actually get caught up by that catch can. So we'll keep into it. So first bolt of the gasket loose. As I said, you should be able to reuse this reuse this gasket, mainly because it's metal. Makes life easier. Good thing about this ratchet, should hold the other end, but it is a little bit old and it's sort of losing its ratchet ability. You can just spin it from the other end. Obviously you don't want to lose these bolts because they do come with a washer. First thing I do is drop the gasket. Alright. It says gasket. So you can see on there the actual oil that's been building up in there, so there's a massive amount of oil. So yeah, that's the end product of obviously a recirculating diesel. So once we remove that, put that in a safe place. Have to give that a clean. Now I can actually move this bolt. See what you can actually do if you want to. Get into here and remove this pipe altogether. 3 bolts are out. Found an easy way of doing it. Go through the back bottom grill and then you can actually get direct access to the bolt. So I had a bit of a blonde moment there, but anyway. So come straight up, a little bit out, and there you go. Intercooler is out. So whoa. Alright, I'll get some interior shots of this because yeah, she's full of oil. But let's get cleaning. So here's the intercooler. Don't look too bad. Bugs, all that crap in there. Some of the fins are a little bit bent, but that's not too bad. 75,000 K, so it's in pretty good nick really. Can't see much on that end, it's obviously fairly dark, but obviously this end, I don't know if I can get that shot. So that's what you're looking at inside, viewers. Essentially, all the oil, this guy here, is going in there and clogging up those coolers. So you can just see the outside, but I mean, far out, that's a fair bit of oil in there. So we'll do it before and after because that is filthy. First things first, obviously get a container. You're going to want to throw this container out because it's going to be full of oil. So what I'm going to do is obviously, looking at this, here's the bottom of the intercooler and here's the top obviously. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill it up because obviously all the oil is going to be generally seeping down the bottom here. And then obviously fill it up. First I'm going to use a bit of Kero just to get rid of all the oil. Then I'm going to use a little bit of, well, probably going to spray it up to degreaser first and just get it all cleaned up so it's all nice and new again. Then I'm going to hit it with some Kero, let that seep in there, and then I'm going to probably fill the bottom up and let it soak for a fair bit. And then from there, yeah, I'm going to sort of get some metho because I want to use the metho to clean it out because metho is not going to harm your engine too much. I mean, it's not good for your engine. Obviously, it's not just, you're not tuned for it and all that kind of thing. But a little bit of metho through the pipes won't give it too much of a drama. Obviously, you're going to let it dry out and that kind of thing as much as possible. But if you do get a little bit in there, my recommendation would be to, if you can, obviously remove these little rubber grommets because you don't want the them sitting in the metho because they will get eaten out. So remove them. Get them in a safe place because they're obviously the way you bolt it back up, and yeah, we'll hit it with some degreaser. That's enough degreaser. I'm going to hit it inside. Be generous with a degreaser because You want to get most of the oil out as much as possible anyway. So you can this should lower your EGRs as well. If you have a 70 series or something like that, you can do this. Obviously, it's going to be on top of your engine over the front, but which in theory you think would probably come a bit more of a heat sink, but you can lower your EGRs by doing this because it is eventually going to clog up your system. You see the oil dripping out of that. Alright. Alright. Essentially the intercooler is now chockers with kerosene, so I'm going to let that sit and bake at 180 degrees for about 15 minutes. Nailed it. Okie dokie, 15 minutes have passed. Let's give her a go. Got the cat. Look at that. Black, black, black. The other angle now. Definitely looking better, but I definitely think it's due for another hit with old mate Kero. Now obviously once you've done this, you're going to have to dispose of this lovely liquid. So what you're going to have to do is potentially take it to your local tip, and they might have an oiling dump area. I'm just going to funnel the liquid back into the Kero bottle, take that back to the tip, and hopefully they can take it off my hands, because yeah, it's obviously pretty poisonous stuff, so you don't want to play around with it. But hit that for another 15 minutes, and yeah, actually what I will do is I'll get the gasket. As we know, that was the gasket. Pretty filthy. It's going to hit a bit of degreaser. So it wouldn't have been getting a very good look at that, like a ball one. Alright guys, here's the last bit of the video. This has been soaking for another 15 minutes. As I said, this is the second dunk of old mate Kero. So I'll probably just put the last bit in there and just sort of give it a slush around, and then I'm going to put some metho through it just to clean out the kerosene. Obviously I'll drain out all this this lovely black water or black oil that's sitting in there, and then from there obviously I'll just flush it out with the Kero, do a couple of flushes with that till the water gets the Kero gets nice and clean. And obviously once it comes out clean, then obviously you've cleaned out the entire intercooler, and then obviously from there you can obviously start putting it back together. Before obviously you put it back together, dry out this intercooler. Obviously put it out in the sun, put it on a wood block or something like that and let it dry out. Just obviously bear in mind, if you put it in your grass, you might obviously get a bit of your grass that might die, because obviously the Kero is going to be dripping onto it. But if you can, obviously just fan it out, obviously get as much Kero out before obviously you start drying the process. But that is about it guys. It is a super simple thing to do, and I do know that obviously some people are a little bit cautious about sort of doing this side of things. So essentially all you got to do is literally take off the, in a Trident, if you've got a Trident, take off the radiator grill, take off the headlight. It's 4 bolts, a couple of bolts in the radiator grill, then you take the 3 bolts out of the intercooler, unhook the pipes, and then you're literally done. So it's not a big job. On top mount intercooler cars, even easier. It's literally bolt, hose coming in, hose coming out, remove the bolts bolting into the engine, and then just clean it out. So this might take you a Saturday morning. You've probably got nothing better to do anyway. So before you go out to obviously do your full driving, jump out there, get your car obviously cleaned up, and then obviously lower EGRs at the same time, and obviously make sure obviously you maintain that engine of yours, because these direct injection diesel cars can have massive problems with obviously oil blow by and that kind of stuff. That's why I put catch cans on it, and that's obviously why we do all these things to save them. But if we don't do these simple service sort of side of things, then there's no obviously point in doing the other stuff. Well guys, proof's in the pudding. Just just done a bit of a test just to check out the intercooler temperatures. So air intake temperatures have gone down by about 10 degrees. So that's a massive improvement from where it was. It was sitting at like 55 degrees, and at the moment it's about 28 degrees in Gelton. So I've dropped about 10 degrees, which is a huge amount. So the amount of oil that was obviously in there was obviously impeding of the, well, stopping the air coming through the intercooler. So definitely give this a go. It's improved it. I mean, I don't think I've got better fuel economy. I'm not overly concerned about that. I was more concerned about the EGRs and intake air temps and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, massive improvement, absolutely massive improvement, just compared to where it was before. Doing the same route, sitting at 36 degrees. It's about 10 degrees, oh, not even 10 to 6 degrees hotter than ambient temperature. So, you know, that's obviously fifth gear, 90 k's an hour, going up hills, that kind of stuff. So, look, can't be happier. I think that's a fantastic, fantastic result. So, yeah, jump on this mod, or not mod, but little trick as soon as you get an opportunity, because it makes a massive difference. Now guys, what I did want to talk to you about is this is probably going to be my last video before I move back to Esperance. Now, what I did want to do is sort of have a bit of a thanks and maybe a bit of a shout out session, that kind of thing, for all the people that obviously helped me along the way and obviously building this channel to where it is now. I think we have about, this would be the 55th video I think on the channel. So started in January, so I think it's a pretty good little accolade to have 55 videos in under a year. And most of them are pretty positive. There's a lot of obviously videos in there that are a bit average and that kind of thing, and you sort of learn a lot about the ways. Obviously, you know, you learn sort of things about YouTube and what people want to watch and that kind of thing, and sort of just sort of cater the channel to what you like doing plus what people like watching and that kind of stuff. So I just wanted to say thanks to all the subscribers that have already joined the channel, and obviously if you're a new subscriber, welcome to the channel. Obviously you'll be expecting to see more of this kind of stuff actually on the channel. So thank you obviously everyone who subscribed, and obviously everyone who put a comment, put a like, emailed me, sent me a message, or whatever, or obviously like my Instagram. Even that's gone really, really strong as well now. I think it's got about 1,200 followers, which is really, really good. So obviously a lot of people are happy with what I'm doing, and obviously a lot of people want to see and follow what I'm doing, which is really, really awesome, because you know, without you guys, obviously, you know, the channel wouldn't be obviously, because, you know, you guys obviously out there watching the channel and obviously sharing and that kind of thing. So massive thanks to you guys. Actually, what I did want to do, since I'm doing shout outs and all that good stuff, Mr. Buckaroony, go see his channel. He's a legend. He went through a bit of a hard time lately, so go check out his channel and subscribe to his channel. He is an absolute legend. But also I want to give a bit of shout out to Aussie Rob too. You've always commented on the channel, and you're always really keen and obviously interested to see what's going on. Dave Clark, I think you came from Mr. Buckaroony's channel, so welcome to the channel. And Wilshire28, you chucked a comment on the swag video, so howdy doody. And a few other obviously guys in there. I'm probably Rolly B, you're always commenting on the channel, so shout out to yourself as well, mate. Tiger Man Dan, shout out to you as well, mate. So so there's a heaps of people on there. I mean, I'm probably going to forget about so many people, but yeah, obviously I'm just going through sort of the comments and that kind of thing on the YouTube app. And yeah, there's so many people. There's a chap out there called Cam. He's always commenting on the channel as well. But Tugboat, you obviously have a bit of a YouTube channel going on there. Another guy I wanted to shout out, WA Camping Adventures. Go check out his channel. He's got a 70 series or 76 series wagon. He gets out there and enjoys the Southwest WA. So go check out his channel as well. I mean, that's all the people I can think out of, obviously, of shout outs and that kind of stuff. But just to sort of go through a little few stats of the channel, so where we are, or where the channel is at now. It's got 1,374 subscribers, so I'm really happy about that, obviously. The actual lifetime of the channel has had over 120,000 views, so that's pretty cool. And I think my most popular video, if I quickly have a look, I think it's the lift video. Seems to be everyone enjoys watching that one. Which is funny because that sort of took over the swag video. The swag video was one of my first videos on the channel, and it was pretty basic, but yeah, it seemed to be sort of a really busy video. Obviously everyone's buying swags from 4-Wheel Drive Supercenter, so yeah, obviously people started watching and all that kind of thing. So yeah, sorry, there you go, swag video, 23,000 views, and then the Trident 2-inch lift video, which is really popular. That's had over 14,000 views, and the lockers versus traction control. So, and then most of it was 4-Wheel Drive Supercenter stuff, so the LED lights and the awning review, the Waker review, the Bravos, the Maxxis Bravos I got on my car, and most of those, you know, sort of went on from there, and most of the rest of them just got 500 to 1,000 views. So look, as I said, you guys are the guys obviously out there watching and sharing the channel, so I want to thank you guys for obviously getting out there and sharing the channel. And if you're jumping on my Instagram, hit us a like, hit us a comment obviously. As I said, I'll be in Esperance down the end of this month, so I'm so keen to get out there and suss all the Southwest WA out and that kind of thing. And I've got to do an update in the video of the Trident, because I've just made a 12-volt box for all my camping gear. I've made it for a charging station for all my camera gear, obviously, which I take out obviously on the road. Oh man, what else have I done? I've done LED lights in the engine bay so I can work at night, or if I get stuck at night. The back of the car, put a cable tie down system for the actual Waco, so when it goes in and out the cable can't get caught up. So there's so much I've done to the car. It's just, doing YouTube and family life and work and all that kind of thing, obviously it's a balance. So and I really need to sort of balance, well, probably not so much focus so heavily on the YouTube side of things. So the videos I'll be putting out will be a bigger video or a better video instead of such small snippet videos. I'll still give the occasional update video out, and I'm still going to try and push for that 1 video a week, but it might turn out to be 1 video every 2 weeks, just because I'll be more busy down in Esperance with work and all that kind of thing. So the videos will still keep coming. There's going to be no stopping of videos. It's just that they might just sort of stagger a little bit more, just because obviously pushing out a weird video every week with family life and that kind of stuff obviously is, you know, it can become a bit of a struggle, and obviously that commitment to making a video a week obviously is, I mean, there's 52 weeks in the year, so I feel like I've made a video a week, but with 55 videos, but yeah, it's just that commitment to making a video every week is definitely a struggle with work and full-time work and all that kind of stuff. So I'll finish this video up obviously with a thank you, and I'll see you in a couple of weeks, or maybe in a month, or potentially maybe after Christmas, just depending what's going on with Esperance, because obviously there's so much going on down there and there's so much change and that kind of stuff. But thank you guys for watching the channel, and keep watching. As I said, there's so much more content next year. There's so many big things happening, obviously more trip videos, more camping videos, that kind of stuff, and yeah, just heaps of things happening to the Trident as well. So that's going to be a constant upgrade of obviously things, and yeah, obviously just keep watching. And thanks for watching again obviously, and just thank you for watching obviously the channel, and thank you for sharing and liking and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed already, get out there and subscribe obviously, because it's a pretty awesome channel and there's so much information on there. So see you on the next video, and I'll see you out there in the trucks and trails, and I'll see you probably after Christmas. See ya.